twisted in his mind. Blind to the future, and the old days were never far behind. Maybe they'll come around again a little farther down the line. As we stare into our TV screens and the miles on our engines climb, won't you take the time to think of me just a while? When he got married, he said, oh boy, the skies are gonna clear. And when his little girl was born, his smile, it shone from ear to ear. Then with a sigh he wondered, where else is there to go from here? As we stare into our TV screens and the miles on our engines climb, won't you take the time to think of me just a while? As we stare into our TV screens and the miles on our engines climb, won't you take the time to think of me just a while?
Here,
61 years old, sorry.
back at the Swirl, and we have a very special guest with us tonight, Dillon Vanders. Everybody, Dillon. There's applause. Hold, and they're done. He is here to promote his new album,
The Dark American Night.
The Dark American Night.
You forgot.
No, I didn't. I was about to say it, and then you
I
just
thought
jumped
you were
right in before I could
you were
do
looking
it.
at me like,
No.
like I didn't. What is it called? The Dark American Night. Yes. Lauren here, Daphne. Shit.
No, too late. They know your name now. They're going to find you. Well, from what I've been hearing, people have been finding you all week long.
my God.
It's true. My identity is not a mystery.
Yes. No, okay.
Daphne Moon.
Here,
Daphne
yes.
Moon here with us, with Dillon Vanders.
yes.
She is the background singer that you guys all heard from the first performance
Yeah,
today.
and fun fact, Joshua here played keyboards on the entire thing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what
we,
they say.
we don't know. We don't have any confirmation that it was
Yeah.
him.
Oh, no, it was him.
Okay. We have
I saw him.
confirmation that it was
It
That
him.
was a really fun time.
I saw him in a dream, and he said it was him.
Apparition.
You know, actually, we did a couple other tracks after you that I added little weird things to. Not on any songs you played on, but I didn't want to pay the $100 to do another one, so I just did it myself.
Roasted.
Okay.
Now everybody knows my rate.
No,
Yeah.
that was the friend rate. You have to have known Josh for over 10 years to get that rate.
So where do you fit into the Long Beach music scene? Because
Where do
there's
I
not a
fit?
lot of country music.
Not anymore, I don't.
How would you describe your style to viewers who never heard you before?
I hate this question, but the only reason I hate that is because I think that the go-to would say it's country music, but I don't really think that it is.
Is it not?
I don't even know what that means anymore. I think there's so many different types of things. It's like saying, oh, it's rock music. Like that is such a wide
it's a
thing.
yeah.
So you can be country music and sound like a pop singer, and you can be country music and you sound like rockabilly. You can be a country singer and sound like Willie Nelson, who I just saw live at 93,000 years old.
You know,
He could be dead by the time this comes out.
Yeah,
So
he could be dead.
R.I.P. or,
He just
or keep on going,
he
dude.
did like a Yoda fade away at the
Yeah.
end of the show.
you know, it sounds it sounds redundant, but to say that it's like country western, I think
I
that
think
kind of
a good term that I like is americana, because americana means I interpret it as it sort of fuses together different American forms of music, like blues. Well, I guess I don't know if we call it rock an American form of music, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yes, rock is an American form of music. So, blues, rock, country, all these kinds of things mixed together. So
right.
it's Americana.
But your country brand, I guess. I mean, people are going to consider it
Well,
country.
the
when they hear
thing
it.
is that seems to be the popular thing right now. But I was doing it before it got popular. See, back in 2000.
Of course.
Well, I mean, it's always been popular, but there's like a big renaissance now where Ringo Starr's doing a country album and fucking
Beyonce.
Beyonce's
Chappell,
doing one, man.
Beyonce and Chappell Roan
Yeah.
are all doing it. It's like the thing to do now. But back in 2016, 2017, I kind of felt that this was coming. And so I had started a band here in Long Beach. It was called the Honeywells. That was the beginning of my journey in this genre, because I took a few of those songs that I had written and used them on what became Wildfires, which was my first country Americana album that I did.
What started you on your musical journey? I know you two met in high school, right?
What started our musical journey together? What started
Yes.
my...
Are yours, both you guys?
Okay. My musical... You go.
Well, she's been a
talking.
part of pretty much all your projects, right?
No.
Except for
Just
the
this one.
Electric Machines, which I was in. Just
She's
this
been
one?
a part of this one, but the first background singer was Heather, and then
Yeah.
she moved to Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And Heather was really good, so I wanted to get someone that was like not as good as her. So I got. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Roasted.
No. Nobody's no. It's true. And actually, when I did Wildfires, people would come up to me and go, "This is a great album. Who's that girl singing backgrounds?" And that was always the thing that they would say first. She's just the best singer that there ever was. So I wanted to get somebody that was better than me still, but not phenomenally better than me.
Ooh. Wow.
That,
Okay. Well,
like
I tone it back.
Yes.
I hold back.
yeah. But no, we started playing together. It was in 2022 after I released Wildfires. We did a tour together, and we have a lot of fun. So
Yeah, we
had
drove
too
up
much
to
fun.
Portland and back, where our tour had to abruptly end
Yeah, our car got broken into, and
in Portland. Of
she
course.
was
Of course.
Yeah.
Portland, right? Did you guys do crack while you were out there? It's
No.
Well,
legal.
close enough, but
we might have.
we
It's
did.
a little
We did
hair
a lot of
hazy.
drugs.
It's a little hazy.
But
Don't worry, we'll blur all this stuff out.
We don't have to
no,
blur
you don't.
No, we did a lot of we had a lot of fun, and it was a bit of a blur. But that was towards the end of it, and yeah, we got.
We drove back the 14 hours.
We had a
with
wild,
no windows.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Freezing.
But we had a particularly wild night the night before. We were very drunk. We got up. We were hungover and not feeling great. And she texted me. They had this big, at the bottom of the hotel we were staying at. They had this like Olympic-sized fucking jacuzzi, like in the basement of the pool of the hotel. It was awesome.
It was very swanky.
So I'm down there. I'm just feeling all trying to soak off the hangover. And I get this text. My fucking car got broken into. And they smashed out all of our windows
Wow.
and stole like a bunch of trash, basically.
Yeah, we didn't really have it.
So they broke into your car and cleaned it out?
Yeah.
Pretty much. That
They
happened.
got my skateboard. They got my skateboard.
Yeah,
okay,
skateboard. That happened to me once here in Long Beach. I got my car broken into. They missed my Ray-Bans that were in there. Those were still there.
Oh.
And they took a box of trash out of the back of my trunk, and that was all they took. So
Is
Sweet.
So you're doing a solo artist thing.
right now, in general, yeah. So I've discovered after being in bands, one with this guy, which is called Electric Machines, that I can be disagreeable in those types of situations. So
I never had a problem with you. So.
Mike was one of the one people that I didn't have any troubles with, but I decided that after a while it was time to just accept the fact that I'm not really good so much at collaborating with people, and decided to just go solo. But that presents its own set of difficulties for sure. You know,
Yeah.
it's all on you, and you're kind of in charge of the whole thing, and you got to tell people if it's not going the way you want to do it, and you know.
Well, you were doing that in the electric machines.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that is true. And well, they don't like it when they're paying equal amounts of money to fund the project, and I'm saying I didn't really like that part. So
Yeah.
can you not do that?
There's something about having people in the band that you know can play the part, but then telling them that, hey, it's democratic, you know, do whatever you want.
Right.
And then, you know, their ideas are not as good as their ability to play.
Right.
And you have to kind of fight with that.
Or it's not even that. It's like what they're doing oftentimes is great. Like I had a guitarist I was playing with before this, and he was such a good guitarist. But he would just play a lot. Like he would get all shreddy when it didn't really necessarily call for that. And I'd always try to approach and be like, hey, it's not that you're not playing well. It's good. It's just you're not playing the part that's right for the song. Right. So it's not even so much that, you know, they have the ability and they're not playing it to the best of their ability. They're just, sometimes it doesn't quite sound. When you have an idea in your head that you really want to get across and do, and, you know, there's a musician that's doing it and they're not doing it the way you want, you know, then you have to be like, you're not doing it the way I want. And the problem with me is that I can't really, I'm not like, I don't know, I haven't.
Articulate?
Yeah. Well, I don't know like music terms so well.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be trying to talk to people who have, you know, better ability than I do. I'd be like, you know, kind of like, and they're like, I don't,
Yeah.
Right, but
kind of like this. Yeah, that's kind of like it.
just because they understand music on that level, on a technical level,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they're contributing to your idea.
I guess that's true.
How much did it run you to have like
a full band show?
Well, let's just say you're recording something and you want a drummer to come in. How much would you have to pay a drummer?
That totally depends on the drummer, and how well you know him. But typically, most people want. I usually try to pay $150 a song. If they don't mind. Yeah, that's at the most, or in the case of Josh, $2,000.
You got to pay two G's?
Worth every penny.
Oh yeah, a song.
2 G's per song, no less. That was his contract. But no, I would say, yeah, like 150. But a lot of them, some of them want to get paid hourly. And I swear to God, I love a lot of these musicians up there in LA. But some will be like, well, I'll come do the show, but I charge $150 an hour. $150 an hour? What are you, a fucking trial lawyer? Like I don't understand. Like what?
Is it deposit too?
No, it's just. It's not that they're not worth it. It's just I don't really know a lot of people who have careers that make them that kind of money. So I think some of those prices for those people to play with you are slightly inflated. But if I want to do a live show, for example, it costs me like $300-400 to play a live show with a full band, full band. Yeah, probably I would say.
Yeah. So what are you getting out of this deal?
Exposure. She was paid exposure. Yeah.
Friendship. No, I just like it.
Yeah, we
I
have
just like to
fun.
sing.
I mean, you have to like the music.
Yeah, I do.
I
I like to perform. I'm a performer. I'm a dancer. I do burlesque full time. But I was a singer first, and yeah, Dillon and I have been friends since high school. So when he asked me,
her daughter is named Harmony.
Yeah, my daughter's name's Harmony. Sure. But yeah, so
My daughter's named Shitty Voice, Shitty Singer.
So this project kind of checks a lot of the boxes for you.
yeah, I'm like, why not?
creatively.
It's just something fun to do, and yeah, with my friend.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sometimes
See,
it's-
that is the trick, I think, because what you're saying is like you have to sacrifice. If you're gonna sacrifice the band thing, all the trouble that comes with having a democratic process for collaborating musically, you have to pay them, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the only way around that is to have like really good friends that like what you're doing.
Yeah, I've burned all of those bridges. So I had my last drummer was like that, and we got into a fight, and he quit the band. So
R.I.P.
now I have to pay a guy. So
There's politics and everything.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But no, that was the way that it was forever. You know, for the longest time, you'd be in bands, and people would just like to play for the sake of playing. And now, as we're getting older, and the musicians I know are getting older, they're like, I have to get up and go to work. So, like, if you're gonna get me to give up my night off, you're going to have to give me something
Right.
to do it. So I understand. You just have to prioritize when you're going to play and where you're going to play and
Speaking of
make
that,
sure it's worth it.
the industry itself, you just released your album,
I
but
did.
you did not put it on Spotify. What?
I didn't put it on Spotify. Well, so
Okay.
what I did was I did 3 singles that I did release on the streaming, and the rest of it is on Bandcamp. And the reason being, I think that Spotify and streaming services have essentially devalued music to fucking zero, and there's this kind of insane expectation of all musicians that like anything you're gonna fucking record, you have to put it on Spotify and it has to be free, despite the huge investment it takes to record a fucking full band.
Yeah.
If you're like a DJ or whatever, you just whatever. But even then, you shouldn't just give it away for free. It costs you something, costs you time.
Yeah.
But my first record cost me like $10,000 fucking dollars to make because I did it in a big studio and hired a bunch of great musicians to play on it.
I remember that studio. That was the Robbie Krieger studio, right?
It was Robbie Krieger of the Doors.
Does he still have that
Sick.
studio, or is he dead?
He does. I just don't know. I don't have a connection there anymore. So
okay.
I got the 86.
I thought it got sold.
No, he was going to sell it to, I think I could talk about this now. He was going to sell it to Bruno Mars, and then Bruno Mars backed out twice. You might get a letter from Bruno Mars.
No, I doubt that. If anything, he's got some shows to perform. I think he's like in debt for
Bruno Mars?
Yeah,
Would it be funny
I
if
think
he
it's like
got,
a gambling
if he's-
debt.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
heard.
If he saw this and he was like, "That's a pretty nice studio. Maybe I'll buy that one." Talking about this. How much you want?
He wants a mortgage on a
Yeah,
house.
stupid.
Allegedly.
No, but so this time, I think that we all the people that are on Spotify that are doing this now the way that they're doing it are doing it voluntarily. You don't have to do that. And if we all collectively stop just with this expectation of having to put everything out that we create for free for people to stream, like what is the product that what is it that you're investing in at that point? So if I invest thousands of dollars into a record and then I literally give it away to people for free, I'm not. What is the incentive to invest in those things? So the way that I've thought and that I would like more people to try and do is treat Spotify, put that in the role that the radio used to have, which was we'll release singles to promote a product, which is your record, and you can sell the thing on Bandcamp or on your website or whatever, and then have something to sell. Because we've all just kind of been bamboozled into this idea that we have to give it away for free. I don't fucking gotta do shit. I'm gonna fucking give you my album for free.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's ridiculous. And everybody just kind of falls for it, and they fall for this, oh, you gotta be posting content all the time. I see people that post content constantly, get 25, 30 fucking likes. People don't want to see you getting your hair. I mean, I don't know, maybe some people do, but I feel like even that is like kind of a thing that we've been tricked into doing that doesn't really yield you any results. And the people that go viral for some stupid fucking thing they didn't expect to go viral for. And everybody's like, oh, if I just constantly am posting stuff, then maybe I'll get noticed. And it just doesn't seem to work out that way.
Right. It's not the music.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. I am curious about where you see, like, if it's not the music, if you're going to not compete on the level that everybody else is doing, which is like giving everything away for free, right? That's the competitive price right now is free.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to kind of sell something else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what they
What
try
is
to-
that?
Yeah, it's you being
Well,
a
he's selling
jackass.
sex,
on
obviously.
You being a jackass on Instagram, I guess, is your persona they're trying to sell. But it's like, I sit around and watch The Simpsons and get stoned all day. Like, there's not really anything to.
You don't feel as though you would have to do like you wouldn't want to do like a promotion where you do something really stupid, like push yourself inside of a shopping cart into a curb and say, buy my album? You wouldn't do that?
If somebody gave me money and said, here, I'll give you this money if you go fucking ride your cart into a fucking wall or whatever and say, buy my album, yeah, I would do it then.
Okay.
But people are expecting me to do that in hopes that I get the money. So no, you want to pay me the money, then I'll act like a jackass.
Oh, okay.
You guys ever see, I thought of this recently. Do you guys remember the Gong Show? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's a little old. I wasn't even alive before it was off, but it was basically these people would go and do their talents, and if you were good, you'd pass, and if you sucked, they'd gong you, and you'd have to get. And those are the ridiculous people.
We had the black version of that was Showtime at the Apollo. Yeah. So
I thought you were going to say Soul Train.
that too. I mean, well, no, then they got booed off. But yeah.
Well, you'd go and there were some ridiculous people on the Gong Show that were purposely ridiculous. Like they would do ridiculous things. Now, and they would get gonged for being terrible. They'd get out of here, you're fucking no good. Now it seems like we live in this world on Instagram and social media and TikTok, especially for musicians. It's almost like we live in a reverse Gong Show where it's like the more ridiculous and stupid you are, the more you're rewarded. Well, whereas back in the day, you'd be like, get out of here, you ridiculous idiot. And now it's like the more ridiculous and silly and pointless and talentless you are, that's what really gets you the eyeballs.
Well, you got the keys to the kingdom, my man.
What does that mean? I'm talentless and stupid?
No. I'm saying you know what you must do. You must become those things. You want some money, man? Just
No, I don't want. No, I won't do it. I'm just told.
Sell out. Come on, just a little bit, man. For me, just a.
People need to start fighting back, and I'm doing it. Fighting back.
Let's get into some of the stuff that makes your music. What, your music seems. It's very reminiscent of the Americana, like tradition. You have that. But where do you find your own influence? The thing that makes it personal.
Yeah. You mean like?
What do you write about?
I would say that most of my writing is not autobiographical. It's usually about stories I see. Maybe they are autobiographical in a way because I'm seeing it from my perspective. See, this is why I hate White Claws, because they make me burpy.
That's fine. That's perfect for radio.
Yes. I'd say that some of the songs on this new record are a little bit more personal than others, but I would say I try to tell stories that I'm seeing. For example, the song that I did tonight, which was called Radio Silence, that's kind of about like a communication breakdown between a couple. And it was sort of inspired by, I was in Nashville and I was staying with some friends of mine, and we were at this bar called Santa's Pub or something. It's in this little trailer in Nashville, and it's like
some dude's house.
No, it's really cool.
That'd be
it's
sick.
Super pop, and there's tons of people there, and it's like loosely Christmas themed. I was there with my friends, and it was like my first Friday out in Nashville. I'm all stoked, I'm all ready to party and have a good old time. And we get to this pub, and there's cowboys and, kind of all kinds of people, pretty girls and rocker people, punk people, all kinds of people were there. And they're all doing
black people?
I think there were, yeah. There's a lot of black people in Nashville. Yeah.
I'm going to Nashville, baby.
Lots of black people there. Anyways.
Wow. Okay.
So anyways, I'm sitting there having a good old time, and I look over at my friend and his girlfriend, and she's just like crying and sobbing, and he's obviously pissed off. And they're yelling, and they're getting all mad at each other, and all of the people that are around us after a while are like, what is going on? Like, it's making everybody in the vicinity uncomfortable. So finally, she's had enough. She storms off and runs out of the place. I hope they don't watch this. They probably won't. But she runs out of the place, and he chases after her. And I'm literally sitting alone in this pub by myself. And like after they run out, that crowd almost like applauded because they're so sick of hearing them fight.
Oh my God.
So then later that night, I forget it was later that night or the next day, I find out that the fight was about McDonald's. And what had happened was he was saying to her, oh, I'm really not, he had a gig doing sound the next day at some restaurant, like a drag brunch or something. And he goes, oh, well, I really don't want to have to go to McDonald's for breakfast tomorrow. I hate McDonald's breakfast. And she goes, well, why don't you eat the free food at the brunch? And he's like, well, I don't want to eat the free food. I don't feel comfortable doing that for whatever reason. And she goes, well, if you don't want to do that, then you don't really have any room to complain. And he got so pissed at that. Like, why don't you ever support me? And God, just freaked out. And then she starts crying, and then it just turned into chaos. And so
Are you reporting a crime right now?
No, they made up. They just got they just got married 2 weeks ago. Anyways, but they had a piano in their house, and I had that music written, and so I started kind of writing the lyrics about a big fight that a couple was having, and it was mostly about them. So the point of what I was, to tie this back into the question, I would say that I write mostly songs that are stories or kind of through the eyes of other people. It's not necessarily
not you
about me necessarily. Sometimes I would say, or sometimes I'll revisit lyrics and be like, yeah, I guess that could probably be about that. But I'll think it's about something else as I'm writing it, and it is more personal than I realized at the time. But does that answer your question?
If it's personal, do you stop yourself and don't continue writing it?
No, of course it's personal because I can relate. I can typically relate. But yeah, there's just a lot of other stories that I've seen, or
Like
they're
the
usually
reports of
told through the eyes of somebody else. I'm not the me in the songs necessarily. Does that make any sense? Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I should go to therapy and find out. No.
Nah, you're doing good, man. You're on my podcast. That means you made it.
Yeah. When do I get the check? Try to find a reason why we're both here again. If only you could help me understand. Always on the lookout for a safe place to land. Looking for a red line in the sand. All communications, all my words are breaking down as we search for common ground. And all of these storms we're chasing keep raging on, and it feels like we're spinning all around. All I hear is radio silence, nothing but static coming through the other end. Is there anybody out there? Someone who'll stay until the end. And just when I thought we both might be breaking through, I always second guess what I should do. If only I could see myself from your point of view. But it's a ragged veil you're looking through. All the complications of our situation lie in the darkness up ahead. And I should just face the fact there's no turning back, but I think I'll just drift away instead. All I hear is radio silence, nothing but static coming through the other end. Is there anybody out there? Someone who will stay